Hi, I'm Tom Hess, and I'm glad that you've come here to check out this video to learn more about how to teach electric guitar. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is going to seem really obvious to you, but stick with me. I'm actually going to get to something very, very important that's going to be key to your success as a guitar teacher. Alright, so here's the obvious stuff. There are going to be two main components which are going to determine how well your current or future students will do during the process of learning from you. And those two components are, number one, your skills as a guitar teacher. Now, those skills can be broken down into different areas, such as the content that you're actually using, that means the lesson materials that you're giving them, your ability to explain things, to answer questions, your ability to understand and identify and relate to the specific challenges or problems that each specific student has, and then your ability to develop an overall methodology or system to take students from lesson to lesson to lesson so that they progress in a very good way. All right, that's the obvious stuff. Now here is another obvious point, which is that the other factor in determining student success is going to be the student themselves, of course. And that ranges from things such as their ability to be committed and enthusiastic, not only about lessons, but about playing guitar in general. And then their practice time, their practice habits, and their being committed to the entire process of learning from you. Okay? And this is where the obvious stuff ends. Okay? Now here's a big mistake that guitar teachers make, especially inexperienced teachers, but even some, experienced teachers make this mistake too. And the mistake is that teachers assume incorrectly that the only thing that they are responsible for is their side of the equation. Okay? So they focus on, well, what should I teach the students? Or how should I deal with this problem? Or how should I structure the lessons to go from lesson 1 to lesson 2 to lesson 3 that makes sense? Those are the types of things that they focus on. And what they assume is that the stuff on the student's side is the student's responsibility. And usually teachers only go as far as saying, well, you need to practice this number of minutes per day and this number of days per week, and you should have these general practice habits and do this when you practice and do that when you practice. And we say those things and that's it. And it's like our responsibility ends there. And then we go back to focusing on what we have to do. Well, the teachers who crank out lots and lots and lots of really excellent students on a consistent basis don't make that same mistake. They don't just worry about themselves and then let the student to kind of go off and do whatever by just giving them advice along the way and then not really monitoring it or holding the students accountable for those things. The most effective teachers, the ones that make the most money and have the greatest number of advanced students, are the ones who understand fundamentally that it's the student side, this set of factors, which is much more important to the student's ultimate results than anything that we are going to do as teachers. Okay? So what do we have to do is we have to find special ways to encourage them, to motivate them, to keep them committed, enthusiastic, and we have to do more than just simply have a conversation or just have a general talk and hope for the best. That usually doesn't work. Okay? What I'm going to do is invite you to come to my website. I have some free resources, some free online assessments, which are going to give you some pretty immediate clarity to what areas you are strong in and you might be weak in, need some help on. And then, depending upon how you answer each question, I'm going to give you some very specific feedback to help you to get strong in the weaker areas and to make your existing strengths even stronger. Now on top of that, I've got some other assessments there at the link below that are going to just immediately, just by me asking you the questions, are going to give you some new insights or new ways of looking at things that you already know that you can use right away to implement into your guitar teaching and your guitar teaching business, including a 20-minute video which was too long to fit on YouTube. You can only post 10-minute videos here on YouTube. But the point is, that this video is very, very important in understanding how you can grow your teaching business, the amount of money that you make, and we're talking about a lot of potential money, and at the same time increasing your guitar teaching skills. A lot of teachers make the mistake of thinking that those two goals, making more money and helping students learn better, are somehow opposite or unrelated goals, and in fact they don't have to be. They can be very well integrated together into a single system. So I'm going to share all that stuff with you totally for free. If you come to the link below, let me take the assessments, then let me give you some specific feedback, and then share that video with you too. You'll be glad that you did.